Hello learners, I am Parikshit Saikia and welcome to another very exciting session on Unacademy CAT-alyst. In today's session, I am going to discuss about all the important dates and notifications that one should keep in mind while preparing for the CAT 2021. Remember, it is not enough to just prepare, but also be aware of all the important dates and deadlines so that you don't miss on any of these important deadlines, and you also need to know where do you need to check all these important deadlines. Very important that many a times students often miss these important deadlines, and we want to ensure that you do not fall in that category, right? So make sure that you watch this entire video to know about all the important dates and deadlines before your CAT 2021. Let's get started. So this is me, Parikshit Saikia, your educator on the platform with the highest live class rating thanks to my learners. A lot of happenings on Unacademy in the next few days. 5th of May, a new batch started, the Perfect Score batch. 8th of May, the Champions batch. And then on the 12th of May, another batch starts, the Supreme Weekday batch. Now, if you are interested to enroll for any of these batches on Unacademy Plus, or for that matter, you wish to subscribe to Iconic CAT 2021, where along with the batches, you get a host of other features. Remember to subscribe, use the code PARIKSHITLIVE which is there on your screen, because this code will get you 10% discount on the subscription fee. Let's get started with today's session. Okay. Now, before I go through the important dates and the notifications that one must know, right? First thing first, you should know about the CAT, right? Why is the CAT so very important when it comes to the M.B.A entrance examination? The first thing I hope you know is there are 21 IIMs at the present. There are 21 IIMs at the present, right? And it's very important that you do well in the CAT because all these IIMs will take via the CAT score. And not only these 20 plus IIMs, I'll rather put it 20 plus IIMs, right? 20 plus IIMs, right? And then I would say 100 plus M.B.A colleges, 100 plus M.B.A colleges except the CAT score. So it is very important that you do well in the CAT. And when I say 20 plus IIMs, in these IIMs, all the IIMs combined, how many seats are we talking about? We are talking about approximately 5,000 seats in the IIMs. 5,000. So that tells you, I think, the perspective, right? The importance of this particular examination, why you got to prepare well and why you got to do well. 5,000 odd seats, 20 plus IIMs, 100 plus M.B.A colleges, and just one exam, the CAT, right? So very important that you do well in this exam. Okay, now first I thought it would be better if I take it in the form of a question answer, right? So I have some of the questions on your screen and I'm going to answer each of them as we discuss. Let's look at the first one. When will the CAT notification be released? First thing, the CAT notification is released in the last week of July, okay? Last week of July. The specific date will come later, but the last week of July, you can expect that the CAT notification will be released. So there will be a media announcement a day before the notification. The IIMs will come out with the notification, the CAT convener, and he will tell you about the CAT. So the notification is going to be released. It will be there in all leading newspapers. But you've got to keep in mind that you watch for this notification in the last week of July. Okay? Then, once the notification is out, the next thing is the online registrations. When will the online registrations for your CAT 2021 start? It will start from the first week of August. It generally starts in the first week of August, okay? First week of August. So, first the notifications and then the registrations begin. First week of August. And then the registrations will continue. What will be the last date to apply for the CAT? So the registrations continue from the first week of August and they will continue till the last week of September. Last week of September. Now, should you wait till the last week of September to fill up your form? Now, ideally, I would say no. Ideally, I would say no, you should not wait. Why do I say so? Or why do experts say that you should not wait? especially in this pandemic time, right, where there are so many travel restrictions, or even if there were no travel restrictions, there are so many, you need to be careful about your health. So you certainly do not want to travel. Now remember, many a times, especially centers, right, where there are less number of CAT centers. When I say CAT centers, I mean online exam centers, the promatic centers, right? You have to have social distancing measures in place. Because of social distancing measures, the distances, or I would say the number of computers per room would obviously be less, right? Because of which many a times, especially if there are not too many centers, the centers often get filled. And if they often get filled, you might not get your first preference. So ideally, in the pandemic times where we are currently living, right, you got to fill up your CAT form in the first few days itself, especially if you have been preparing well, because so that you maximize your probability of getting the first city of preference. The first city of preference will ideally be your hometown, right? Or probably wherever you are staying at this point of time, that would be your first preference. And I would suggest fill it up moment the CAT registration starts. Fill it up in the month of August itself. Next, if I make a mistake, or when if I make a mistake, okay, while filling the CAT form, can it be edited later? Now this ideally should not happen. You ideally should not be making a mistake while filling up the CAT form, right? It should not happen because this is such an important examination. But yes, let's say you make a mistake, then is there a period to edit it? Yes, yes. When I say yes, I only mean certain fields can be edited. Can you edit your name? You cannot edit your name. If you make a spelling mistake, it's gone. Can you edit probably your date of birth or your gender? No, right? But certain things like your marks, they can be edited. But I would say do not wait for this period where modifications are allowed. You rather won't make a mistake here. And in this edit period, it generally fall out 2 days. It generally fall out 2 days after you have filled up the CAT registration form, right? After the CAT form is filled, the last week of September, after the last date is over, they will give you 1 or 2 days where you can make any corrections. Now be very careful while filling up the form. I would suggest that double check or probably check it 2-3 times, because 20-30% of the students, right, who fill up the CAT form make a mistake. Mistake could be in probably calculating your class 10 marks, in your class 12 total. So be very careful. If you have doubt, get in contact with any Unacademy expert and get it clarified rather than filling up something and you regretting it later. Next, is there any official CAT sample paper release? The answer to this is yes. There is a sample CAT paper release. When is it released? It will be released somewhere towards the end of September or start of October. September end or October start, right? September end, I would say, or October start. Somewhere towards that period, you will have an official mock paper release. Now, generally, the mock paper tells you, if not for anything, it tells you how many questions are there. It will tell you whether a calculator is allowed, Remember, if you are now practicing with the help of a calculator, that is an assumption you have made. You don't know whether the calculator will be allowed in CAT 2021, right? But during the mock, they will give you a look and feel of the screen. They will give a look and feel of the interface, because of which you will get to know whether the calculator is allowed. But remember, in CAT 2020, there was a mock paper which was officially announced, but they had actually put out a clear statement along with the mock. The number of questions in the actual CAT paper may vary and may not be like the mock. So in the CAT 2020 mock, you know what? CAT 2020 mock, the number of questions in each section. So verbal, you had got 34 questions. Okay, I'm talking about CAT 2020 mock. Okay, what about LRDI? LRDI, you had 32 questions, and Quants, you had 34 questions, right? But this was for CAT 2020. But the actual CAT 2021 paper, remember, this did not hold true. So the number of questions might vary, and it could actually be a surprise on the day of the examination. So you will not get to know the number of questions per section. But yes, it gives you a fair idea of whether you can switch between sections, whether a calculator will be allowed, how the interface look like, whether there will be a next and a previous button. So all these things will be taken care of in the mock, which will be released in the month of September, towards the end of September or towards October. Correct? Next, when are the CAT admit cards released? The CAT admit cards are released towards October end. October end, the CAT admit cards will get released. When the admit cards are released, it is very important that you check the spelling of your name, right? You check the spelling of your name, because if there are any mistakes, you need to raise it then and there itself. Do not wait to view your admit card one day before your exam, because if there are any mistakes, especially there is a spelling mistake in your name and it doesn't match with the identity card that you intend to take, probably you intend to take your passport, and your name, the spelling of your name and the spelling in the passport doesn't match, you might not be allowed to write the CAT. So do download the admit card beforehand and check if there are any mistakes. If there are any mistakes, you need to write a mail to them and you need to get in touch with their help desk. Right? Next, when will the CAT exam be held? The CAT exam is generally held in the last week of November. Last week of November, right? November last week. So somewhere around 24th, 25th, 26th, the last week of November, the CAT exam is held. Generally, it might be 1 or 2 weeks prior or 1 or 2 weeks later, depending on, remember, we are living in uncertain times. So it might be 1 or 2 weeks previous or 1 or 2 weeks end. But definitely, you do not wait till November to complete your syllabus. You definitely make sure that the syllabus is complete at least by October 31st. When are the CAT results declared? The CAT results will be declared either in the first week of January or second week of January. So first week or second week of January. First week or second week of January, right? So remember, it's just a computer-based exam. So the results are declared really fast. So first or second week of Jan, your CAT results will be out. Next, what are the reservation categories available? Okay, reservation categories. Now, if you look at the reservation categories for the IIMs, I am only talking about the IIMs, right? So the reservation category is SC 15% reservation. So of the total seats in any IIM, let's for that matter, let's consider IIM Ahmedabad. IIM Ahmedabad, whatever the total seats are there, 15% of the total seats in IIM Ahmedabad, or for that matter, any IIM, will be reserved for scheduled castes. Similarly, scheduled tribes, 7.5%. 7.5% reservation for scheduled tribes. Okay. If you belong to OBC category, OBC, okay, other backward classes. So if you belong to one of these, any of the other backward classes, 27% reservation. 27% reservation. If you belong to an economically weaker section, so this is based on your family income. Family income, there is a reservation of 10%. There is a reservation of 10%. And then if you belong to a physically disabled category, right? You have some eye vision problem. You belong to the physically handicapped category, right? Or special needs. Then there is a 5%, 5% reservation. So these are the reservations followed in any IIM. All IIMs will follow this reservation criteria. SC, ST, OBC, economically weaker section, and then the physically disabled. Now, obviously, this means that you have less number of seats for general, right? That's a different matter. But again, at the end of the day, I'm only talking about the reservations as they exist, right, today. So whatever the remaining seats are there for the general category. Okay, so this is for your reservation. Next is what are the reservation categories applicable? That we have already answered. Next, how many centers can we select while filling up the CAT form? Up to 6 centers. Up to 6 centers as per your choice, right? As per convenience. So you'll say choice number 1, center A. Choice number 2, center B. So make sure that this time when you fill up the centers, you be careful. You consider the pandemic restrictions which are there in place, and it would be better if you select the center which is nearest to the place where you are staying at that point of time, right? So up to 6 centers in first preference, second preference, third preference. Generally, they would try to give you preference 1, but you should be ready for preference 2 as well as preference 3, especially if it is a small place. Especially if it is a small place. So don't randomly put any place. think how convenient it is for you to travel to that particular center. Okay, so up to 6 centers. Next, what are the fees for the CAT form? So the fees for the CAT form is general category, it is 2000. General category, it was rupees 2000. And for reserve categories, right, it will be rupees 1000. Reserve, and you already know what are the reservations. So if you belong to SC, ST, let's say, it will be 1000 rupees. Next, what is the age limit for the CAT? No age limit. No age limit. Anyone can go and write the CAT. There is absolutely no age limit. I think the eldest student, right, the oldest student I have ever taught is probably it was 59. Was around 59, 60 years old. You might not believe it, but yeah, he was from the army. He retired and then he wanted to write the CAT and go to a B school. Yeah, so 58, 59, 60 years. Perfect. There is no age limit. Anyone can go ahead and write the CAT. As I say, the oldest student I ever taught was nearly 60 years. Okay, was near about 60 years. Next, what if I have not completed graduation by the time of the CAT exam? Remember, what does the CAT say? The CAT says that when you take admission, okay, you need to submit proof of your graduation. You need to be a graduate when you enter the college. That means when will the session start? When will the session start? Approximately the sessions will start somewhere around June, July 2022, right? Somewhere this year CAT session, right? The exam is in November, but the actual sessions will start around June, July 2022, right? Next year the sessions will start. So it is that you might not be a graduate by November this year, but by June, July next year, will you be a graduate? Will you be a graduate? If you will be a graduate by June, July 2022, that is when the actual classes will begin. You can fill up the CAT form. So again, I repeat, the criteria is the day the college starts, will you be a graduate by then? If yes, you can fill up the CAT form and you are eligible to write the CAT exam. What is the eligibility to write the CAT? So as I say, first is your graduation. You need to be a graduate by June, July 2022. Other than that, you need to have, if you belong to a general category, you need to have minimum 50%. Minimum 50%. So I will rather put it greater than equal to 50% in your graduation. Greater than equal to 50% in your graduation. So if you do not have 50%, please make sure that you work hard, especially if your last 2 semesters are remaining, work hard and try to get minimum 50%. And if you belong to a reserve category, okay, in that case, it need to be greater than equal to 45%. 45%. So I think this is something which all of you mostly have it. So 50 and 45% are your minimum graduation marks. So any question that you have, I see someone asking IIM Ahmedabad, but yeah, I don't know what was the question, but yeah, if you have a question, you can definitely ask. So this is definitely the time to start preparing for the CAT. Now the time has come. We are towards the end of May, right? We are towards the mid of May rather. Now the focus has shifted from how do we start preparing for the CAT to now things will change, and soon we'll talk about mock exams. Soon we will talk about the important dates. The notifications will come out. Remember the NMAT, it starts in the month of September only. September and it will start. So if you are not serious about your preparation, I think now is the time to get serious. And to encourage you to get serious, you know what? Unacademy has come out with a bumper offer. Last few days, you know what? These days, today, okay, and for the next few days, if you subscribe to Unacademy Plus, okay, and go for a 6-month subscription, we in Unacademy is gonna extend your subscription till the CAT. You go for a 6-month subscription, and we are gonna extend your subscription till CAT 2021. But for that, remember, you need to use the code Parikshit Live. If you, while subscribing, use the code Parikshit Live, okay? A, you will get 10% off on your subscription fee. B, you subscribe for 6 months and we are gonna extend it till your CAT. Does it mean you can subscribe only for 6 months? No. You might want to subscribe for 1 month. Go for it. But then this plan is not applicable. 1 month, or for that matter 1 year, you can go for it. But 6 months now is the hottest plan, I would say. You go for 6 months using the code Parikshit Live. A, you will get 10% discount. B, we will extend your subscription till the CAT. And C, this is the only and only code which will give you free mentorship on Unacademy. When I say free mentorship, I mean free mentorship from my side. There are hundreds of students who follow me on Unacademy, right? Over 3 million minutes of watch time I have for my sessions. And obviously, you cannot be a mentor to all. But whoever joins using the code Parikshit Live will get free mentorship. Free mentorship is like going beyond my class hours to help you with your doubts, help you with any clarifications that you might need anytime, help you prepare your timetable, your strategies, and I think will be your guiding force till your CAT 2021. So 3 benefits if you join Unacademy today using this code. Yes? Okay. Minimum percentile to get into IIM Bangalore. So someone is asking minimum percentile to get into IIM Bangalore. To be honest, there is no minimum percentile as such, right? The percentile will keep changing, But definitely to get a call from IIM Bangalore, anything less than 97.5, 98, anything less than 97.5, 98, especially if you don't have work experience. If you have 4 years of work experience, probably a 96 will also do. 4 years of work experience. But if you don't have 4 years of work experience, minimum 98 percentile you would need to get into IIM Bangalore. A minimum. I'm not saying that's what you need. I'm saying a minimum you would need to get into IIM Bangalore if you have less than 3 to 4 years of work experience. Okay. So that is it. And another thing is, yes, it's not enough to just keep preparing. You also need to check where you stand in the competition today. For that, do enroll for the Unacademy scholarship test. And anytime you have a doubt, make use of the Ask Aloud feature. Yes? I think that's it for today. Hope the session was useful. Hope you got to learn new things. And I'm going to see you tomorrow in my next session. Till then, goodbye and stay safe.